90% of the drugs are being smuggled through ports of entry by Americans. You can pass these checkpoints pretty easy. I get how someone could think that it's migrants coming over with bags and bags of fentanyl, but it's not happening. We embedded with a girl, which is the mother of 5 kids. She lost her job during the pandemic. We'll give you a car and they'll give you $5,000 every time you cross.
So they selectively look for poverty, desperation.
They're taking advantage of the economy. Everything is super expensive. The COVID shit broke this country to the ground, made a lot of people super poor. So what they did is they started hiring Americans. So like the same thought as human smuggling. They're like, you're already an American. You can pass these checkpoints pretty easy because if you tell the CBP officer, I'm an American citizen, you're usually excused from secondary and stuff, usually. We embedded with a woman. She's the mother of 5 kids. She lost her job during the pandemic. And a friend of her at a bar came up with that. Came out like, hey, dude, I know a couple of guys that will give you a car, a nice car, and they'll give you $5,000 every time you cross. And you don't even gonna know where the drugs is or what are you getting across. They're just gonna get $5,000 as soon as you get to this hotel, every time. And you do it whenever you can, however you can, on your free time, whatever. She first started working at a local restaurant in Calexico. Shitty small place, man. Like there's really not much of like jobs or whatever. She wasn't making enough. She was like, dude, my husband left. I'm in charge of 5 kids. I'm not making enough. Plus, I'm just making enough to pay for the place that keep my child, my kids. She decided to call that guy. He hooked her up just right across the border. They gave him a 2005 Mercedes-Benz, nice car. That's yours. Plus, here's your $5,000 in advance, and just bring the car tomorrow. The cartel guys that I interviewed that were stashing her car right there when I was there. That's where I met her. They told me the first 5-6 times we send her across without anything. She thought she had anything, but we're doing that to test her first, and also to get the custom officers used to her crossing every other day, once a week, every weekend. So they were used to her, and if they looked for something, they were not gonna find anything. So we do that several rounds, and then after the 6th, boom, we loaded the gas tank packed with fentanyl pills. And off she goes. And she's been doing that for the last couple of years.
Wow.
And every time she's like, dude, I need to stop. But I can't stop right now. I'm doing money, man. And she's like, I keep promising myself I'm gonna save enough money to stop working. But I keep spending that money, and then I go back again, and then I go back again. And when we were filming, we were behind her, filming her car, loaded with fentanyl. She got secondary. They couldn't find shit. We were like, man, because we had to go to another line, and we're like, fuck, she's done, man. She's gonna get a lot of years in prison. So we waited at the motel. She was supposed to leave the stuff, and yeah, she showed up, and we interviewed her. She was almost crying in the interview. She was like, dude, I was so scared. Did they find anything? She's like, they didn't find anything. Do you know what you're carrying? No. Do you know where? No, they never tell me. And she swore to the cameras again, like, this is the last time I'm going to do it. Now I'm scared. Pretty sure she's still doing it. Yeah. That's the same case for a lot of Americans, dude. Like 90% of the drugs are being smuggled through ports of entry by Americans. Man. Enticed by the fucking cartels, because the cartels they have the money, so the money pays. Right?
They recruit them. They selectively look for poverty.
Exactly.
Desperation.
For people desperate, yeah. People in need.
A single mom who's trying to wink her way at a Waffle Town.
Exactly, dude.
It's not going to happen. Yeah. And
yeah, it was sad because
like that. That's hard to.
Yeah, dude. It's
hard to refuse. You got kids, and
you have to. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. To get afloat. And sadly for her, that was her option, and it was pretty shocking and sad to see her because she was such a nice woman. She was probably a bit older than me, and She was good. She was really nice. You could
Yeah.
tell she was struggling. She was struggling. She's not a drug user, not like heavy drinker or anything like that. She's a nice woman, trying to get her shit together for her 5 kids. And all of a sudden she shows up at this house in Mexicali with a bunch of cartel guys, all cocked up, with a bunch of lions in the house, kids playing around, weapons all over. And they're like, yeah, just go to the store usual. So you usually goes to the store on the corner to hang out there with the owners, have a couple of chips, a soda, while these guys stash her car with shit, so she wouldn't even know where she has the shit in case they ask her.
Man.
And then off she goes. That's how this is happening. All the shit we hear, all those talking points. I get it. I get how someone could think that it's migrants coming over with bags and bags of fentanyl. That is not happening. That is not happening. If you have footage or photos or whatever, that's probably an isolated case. These are the numbers. These are the stats. These are the interviews straight from cartel members, straight from a human career that got enticed to work with this guy.
Man.
This is how they're breaking this country,
Yeah.
This is how they're breaking it. They're taking advantage of the economy being so shitty right now. Everything is super expensive. The COVID shit,
Yeah.
broke this country to the ground,
Yeah.
Made a lot of people super poor, made a lot of people super, super wealthy.
Yes. Yes, it did.